What I'm doing here is getting ready to start the process of painting my cake pan. I'm setting up my paint by shaking it up because it has been setting for a while. This particular paint I've had for maybe 3 or 4 years. It was my daughter's. She needed it for one of her projects and left it here at the house. So I said, well, I'll keep it because it was practically brand new. It didn't make sense to me to throw it away. So it's old paint, but hey, it still works. And just like what our group title says, crafting on a budget, why spend money unnecessarily? So
I'm going to go quiet for now because all I'm going to be doing is just simply painting my cake pan. Please fast forward through the parts that seem redundant because it will.
okay, now I'm finishing up with the painting of the inside of my cake pan. I'm taking the ground cinnamon from the Dollar Tree that I had to purchase to make the rusting effects for this project. So that was another dollar for the cost. The pan was $1 and like some change at Walmart. The black color was the only color that my local Walmart had. I was not able to find a cake pan at the Dollar Tree, so I ended up having to go to Walmart to purchase this particular pan, but it still worked the same. But at any rate, I am taking the cinnamon. I will eventually sprinkle it all the way around the top, the sides, and the bottom of my pan. And I will take my sponge and work the cinnamon, the ground cinnamon, into the paint to create the rusting effect, which is the main focal point of the project. And the patina color will hopefully shine through when it's all said and done and dried. Once I have got given enough, once I have put enough cinnamon, I should say, into the pan and I am satisfied with it, I will then take my Mod Podge and also work it into the cinnamon to help it to stay in place so the cinnamon won't fall out. I notice Okay, next I'm starting to start the process of getting ready to add the Mod Podge to seal the cinnamon in. You'll see me setting up my bowl and getting another sponge out to put the Mod Podge around the circumference of the pan. And that's what the next step is. Once I feel like I have enough cinnamon in the pan, which I now do have enough cinnamon, so the next process is just simply going around the circumference of the pan and placing the Mod Podge in. Okay, now I'm finishing up adding the Mod Podge to the pan. I will heat dry with my hair dryer off camera to help dry the Mod Podge and help to seal it a little bit faster. But I'm going to end up just letting it dry overnight and then get up the next day. Well, it'll be that Sunday I'll get up and finish up by adding in the other elements to my project. Okay, now I'm getting ready to add the wire frame using hot glue from my hot glue gun so that I can then add the floral arrangements and my pumpkins onto the frame along with my bow. So this is getting towards the end of the video, and with my project coming together. Okay, now I'm getting ready to add in the floral arrangement. I did have to end up cutting it down because it would not fit around my tin pan. Um, the other thing that I messed up on was the fact that I should have put my ribbon on, just like you do in a wreath class. I should have put my ribbon on first, then added in my floral. But you'll see me add it in towards the end of the video, which was a lot harder than what it had to be. But at any rate, it all came together. I know twine is probably not the best thing to use, but it's all I have, so this is what I'll be using to try to secure my branches down to my metal platform and such. Usually we use the pipe cleaners, but I didn't have any pipe cleaners that would blend in even remotely, so that's why I went with the twine. So we'll see how that turns out. And I know one thing, the cinnamon smells really, really good. And I do mean good. I don't think that looks too bad. And then we can always add some things in there to kind of sort of hide that twine too, so I'm not too worried about it. Try to work around these pieces, these ornaments that are on here, and just work my twine back through there. And what I'm doing is I'm lifting it up And I'm tying this twine to the twig or the ornamental grass, whatever you want to call it, first before I tie it around my base, the metal base, I should say. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's what I'm doing. Just taking my time, there's no rush. Don't rush it. I know I'm probably out of frame and I apologize. Okay, and I'm just gonna leave it long because I never know, I may have to come back. And what I'm gonna do is continue to do that all the way around. I'll be back. Yay, this is my finished wreath for the project. This will be my front door decor for this fall. But here is a close-up. It's got my little pumpkin sign. My little berries are covering it, sorry. And let's see my pumpkins. And a lot of this stuff is items that I had left over from several years ago, and I pulled it out. Some things I did have to add back in there, and I just went to the Dollar Tree or the Hobby Lobby and picked up a few items, and that's my rusted pan. I think that turned out really good. And the cinnamon in it smells awesome, like awesome sauce. And then that's the back of it. I don't know if you can tell it, but it's rusty, good and rusty looking back there. But at any rate, that's my finished project for May's group. Thank you, Crafting on a Budget.